Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, May 7th. A strong warm front is advancing to the north and east towards the mid-Atlantic region. It looks like it'll push some shower and thunderstorm activity into the region starting this afternoon in some sections south of the Mason-Dixon line, and then perhaps in the Philly metro region at the end of the afternoon. That shower and thunderstorm threat will continue tonight, and really there'll be a chance for showers and thunderstorms right through the upcoming weekend. Much of the time will be rain-free. However, there can be a shower or thunderstorm at just about any time as we transition to this well above normal air mass. And even after the warmer air surges into the mid-Atlantic region, that threat for showers and thunderstorms will continue right through the upcoming weekend. The temperatures will surge tomorrow in the D.C. metro region, reaching 80 degrees or even the low 80s in D.C. However, Philly and New York City will likely stay on the cool side on Thursday as that advancement of the warm air into the north and east enters some resistance to farther north and east it does push. By Friday afternoon, temperatures are likely to jump well up into the 70s in Philly, and then the warm air will push temperatures into the 70s in New York City on Saturday. That warm air will stick around right into the early part of next week, but there certainly are signs already for a cool down. A cold front should arrive in the mid-Atlantic region around Tuesday of next week, bringing in cooler air by the middle part of next week, and then even colder air is possible to arrive in the mid-Atlantic region by the end of next week. Well, let's take a look at the current surface map. High pressure here in southeastern Canada continues to provide some pleasant temperatures, maybe a bit on the cool side here in the I-95 corridor. And here is that warm front, very, very warm air, way up in the 90s and even some triple digits down here in the deep south over the last 24 hours or so. This air is advancing to the north and east, and an area of showers and thunderstorms has developed right on the leading edge of that warm air, and that will move into the I-95 corridor later on today. We'll see that on the radar in a moment. But again, a huge warm air mass is expanding slowly to the north and east, and it looks like the warm air will surge into D.C. on Thursday, and then into Philly on Friday, and finally reaching New York City by Saturday. Well, here's a current look at the radar loop, and again, showers and thunderstorms right on the leading edge of that warmer air mass, kind of wrapping around from the northwest to the southeast. These ought to move into the D.C. metro region really anytime from the midday through early afternoon hours. There can be some showers, maybe even a thunderstorm or two. It looks like probably reach the Philly metro region at the end of the afternoon, and that threat for showers and thunderstorms will continue in D.C. and Philadelphia throughout the night tonight, and there can even be some rain overnight tonight in the New York City metro region. Here's kind of a close-up view of the Mid-Atlantic region from the Penn State EWOL site of the last few frames of the visible satellite imagery loop. I wanted to show this because it looks quite impressive, actually, what's going on out here in the western part of Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio. Certainly some embedded thunderstorms in this pattern, and it's basically driving from the northwest to the southeast. Clouds already in the D.C. metro region, or at least right on the doorstep there, and it should become cloudy shortly with the threat for showers and thunderstorms from midday and early afternoon hours on, probably reaching the Philadelphia metro region at the end of the afternoon. And here's a bigger picture of the cloud cover. This is from the Wisconsin SSEC website that shows an infrared satellite imagery loop. Again, this whole band well on the north side of this warm air mass with some showers and thunderstorms all the way from the Central Plains into the Great Lakes region, and now dropping to the south and east across the Ohio Valley right towards the I-95 corridor. Could reach D.C. anytime after 11 or noon or so. Certainly by the early afternoon there can be some showers and thunderstorms moving in from the north and west, driving down to the south and east, reaching Philadelphia by the end of the day. There's some clear skies right now in southeastern Pennsylvania and New York City, but clouds will certainly increase and thicken up during the afternoon hours. Well, let's take a look at some computer forecast maps from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. We'll look at 24-hour increments beginning with this evening, Wednesday evening, and then going all the way through Saturday evening. We pointed this red line out the other day. This is a 850 millibar, 10 degrees Celsius isotherm at about 5,000 feet in the atmosphere. And it's a good line to follow for the advancement of the warm air. Basically, the warm frontal system kind of parallels this line right here. And by this evening, warmer air just now moving into the DC metro region at this time. Notice on the north side of this warmer air mass are these showers and thunderstorms, so they'll move into the I-95 corridor later on today and overnight tonight. Now let's jump ahead 24 hours. And here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, Thursday evening. Notice that red line now cutting across the New York City metro region as that warmer air has definitely surged into D.C. on Thursday. Expect temperatures maybe 80, 82 degrees for afternoon highs in D.C. Now in Philadelphia and especially New York City, still looks like it might be a bit on the cool side on Thursday with a low-level east to northeast wind preventing that warm air from advancing at this time into the Philadelphia and New York City metro regions. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. Now here's the forecast map for Friday evening. By this time, that 50 degree line advances all the way up into New England. The warm air pushes into Philadelphia by Friday afternoon. Likely high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s on Friday afternoon. Notice there's still some precipitation around. There certainly can be a shower or a thunderstorm at just about any time, even in the warm air, even after that warm frontal system passes, although much of the time will be rain-free. Friday still likely to hold on to the cool air in New York City with the continuation of low-level east to northeast winds, probably keeping high temperatures on Friday in New York City in the 60s, but 70s in Philadelphia and 80s in the D.C. metro region on Friday. Finally, 24 hours later, by Saturday evening, the warm air surges all the way up into New England. New York City has a noticeable increase in temperatures between Friday and Saturday, way up in the 70s on Saturday, near 80 degrees in Philadelphia, 80 degrees in the D.C. metro region on Saturday. Not only on Saturday, but on Sunday as well. And very likely Monday will hold on to the very warm air. Then finally by Tuesday, cooler air. See this building up here in the southwestern part of Canada. One cooler air mass reaches the mid-Atlantic region on Tuesday, should turn cooler by midweek, and then an even colder air mass looks like it'll arrive from the northwest into the mid-Atlantic region at the end of next week. So a big surge of warm air coming into the mid-Atlantic corridor, especially for the weekend and the early part of next week. Then it gradually turns cooler again next week, with one cool front arriving on Tuesday and a second one at the end of next week. So that's it for now. For the SIweather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.